What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for tuning in again. In this video, I'm going to show you guys a full guide on how I completely changed my life by the age of 21. I think I was at the age that my life seriously started to change. The full guide. So if you sit through the full video and take action on it, I guarantee you your life's not going to be the same. And yeah, sorry for the mess. I'm going to start traveling again. So yeah, I hope you guys find some value out of this video. If you're looking at joining a club, the link will be down below. Schedule in a call with the team and we can help you start your own agency as well. Let's go. How to completely change your life. A full in-depth guide. Free game here. If you watch this the full way through, I guarantee you your life is not going to be the same. This is how I changed my complete life within a span of 1 to 2 years. 2 years, sorry. So yeah, full in-depth guide, watch it the full way through. I guarantee you're going to come out with a completely different mindset. So let's hop straight into it. The person you are now doesn't deserve the life you crave. That's the reality of it. I'm not going to lie to you on here. You just don't deserve the life that you want. You know, you go on Instagram, you see all these people living this lifestyle, driving nice cars, having nice watches, that you don't have, and it makes you feel, oh, why did this person have it and I don't have it? It's because you don't deserve it right now. With the skills and the mindset that you have, you don't deserve the life that you want right now. That's the reality of it, and I wish someone had told me this sooner as well. So you need to kill the boy to become the man. You need to kill your old version of yourself to become the person that you want to become. All right? So kill that old version of yourself to basically like a phoenix. When a phoenix, comes out, they shed all their ashes and stuff like that. They have to basically kill themselves to come out a completely new person. That's what you need to do to change your life. You can't go through and expect this different lifestyle with the same mindset that got you with the shitty lifestyle that you have right now, all right? And the right mindset to have is, I'll have it once I deserve it in my life. Everything is waiting for you. The world is literally waiting to give you the money, to give you the life, to give you that partner. You just have to deserve it. That is the reality of the world that we live in now, all right? Tell the uni story. All right, so I'm going to tell you guys a little story of my background and my story. So when I finished high school, I moved from a small town in Queensland to Brisbane, which is sort of like the city, if you don't know where that is. And when I first moved there, I was going there obviously for university. I'd convinced my parents to let me leave the house and go down. One of the best decisions I ever made. And when I got here, I went down the wrong path. So I was going out basically every single weekend from literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, even Wednesday, even at sometimes. I was constantly going out. I was drinking. Alcohol was always there. There was just so many bad things that, I was just not going down the right path. And I ended up getting a job in a warehouse as well. And this is where I found myself completely upset with my life. All right. I was not making that much money from my laboring job. I was going out every single weekend and stuff like that. So do you think that this person deserves that type of lifestyle that, you and I dream of? No, because of what I was doing. I was not very useful in the laboring job. I was working with people that were, 20, 40, 50, completely hating their life. They're all divorced. So what effect did that have on me? I was depressed. I was going to work depressed. I hated it. The first shift that I had when I was going to this laboring job here, I was literally crying outside in my car. And I called my mom. I was like, yo, this is not for me. I can't do this. I seriously hate it. I hated it so much with where I was. All right? And fast forward 2 to 3 years, I have basically created the life of my dreams. I haven't achieved everything that I wanted to do, but I'm definitely in a better position than where I used to be. You can see me smiling here. This is probably the most natural smile ever. All right? This is not staged or anything. You can see the pure happiness on my face at that restaurant. Started my online business, scale that, 30K per month, consistently. Travel to Dubai, and I'm probably going to move there as well with it very, very soon as well, which is just crazy. How did I go from this back here? So how did I go from this to this? And this is what this video is going to help you do, because I wish someone had given me this when I was just fresh out of high school or I was completely lost in my life. All right? A lot of things changed. So what actually changed? Let's hop straight into it. Number one was my network on accident. I'll tell the full story after this. Then it was my mindset. Then it was my beliefs. Then it was my actions. then it was my complete life. And I look back now and I'm like, man, I'm such a completely different person to where I was when I was at that university dorm and studying, or at that, at that pickpacker job, which was just crazy. So I'm going to tell you a little story of how this sort of actually happened, because it's not common. So yeah, I obviously moved out of my hometown, which was probably one of the best decisions for me right now. If you're watching this right now, I strongly recommend it. It is going to have so many benefits for you. Just move out of your hometown, man. The people that you grew up with, the people that you went to primary school with, even your teachers, they don't want to see you win. The mindsets and the beliefs that they have do not align with the life that you want. And if you're watching this right now, I'm guaranteed that you want a life of success, abundance, and happiness. You can't do that in your hometown. You need to move out and create this new version of yourself. So moving out, number one, was probably one of the best decisions that I ever made for myself. I guarantee you, if I stayed in my hometown, I'd probably be doing something or like illegal, or just, I don't know, having just a completely wrong life, right? Completely fucked up lifestyle. So what happened? How did I get to where I was? So at the time, when I was working this laboring job, this girl that I used to see, not this girl in this photo, I don't actually have no idea who this girl is, but this girl that I was seeing at this time was having a housewarming. She had just got her first apartment with her roommate, and she was throwing this party, and she just invited her friends and family to come around. So I was like, you know what? It's a Saturday. I don't have work today. What's the worst that could happen? Actually, I think it was a Sunday. What's the worst that could happen? So I went to this housewarming, and I didn't think much of it. I was like, you know what? I'll just have a couple of drinks, and I'll head off and go do my thing. I'll probably go to the gym. And I went there, and it was the number one best decision I have ever made in my life, just going to that housewarming party. And I'll tell you why. So when I got to that housewarming party, I said hello to the people that I knew and stuff like that. And then her friends came. And little did I know, one of them had a digital marketing agency. So they were already working online, which is what I wanted to do at the time. So when I was working in this laboring job, I was Googling ways on how to make money online. That's what I was doing. YouTubing, researching, and obviously I was trying drop shipping at the time, as everyone does. And one of them came through, and they were like, yo, you should meet this guy. He runs a digital marketing agency. I don't know if that's the same as drop shipping, but I feel like you guys would get along. So I was like, hey, bro, how you doing? Thing I said that, you have your own business. Is that right? How does it work? And then that's when I got introduced to a completely new network. All right. And that whole night we were just talking about, okay, how do you run this agency? What's going on here? What do you do here? How do you actually get paid? How do you get your clients' results? What does this even mean? And then the next day I wake up and he sends me a text and he goes, look, I'm going to have shisha with a couple of my friends that work online. You should come. And that next day I went to the shisha at night, and that's when I met people that were on a completely different level to me. Vibration scale, money, income. I met my first millionaire in person, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on? These people speak so differently to me. And they were around the same age. So in my head, I was thinking, these people are no different to me. They just know things that I don't know. It's all knowledge. And that's when everything changed, because I'd met this person at the housewarming. Then he introduced me to my friends now who work online, and my network completely changed. From that day on, after hanging around those people, I started making changes in my life. I deleted Snapchat. More on that later. I unfollowed everyone that was not moving me ahead with this life that I want. And I was spending a lot of time with this really good network that I had, and just seeing the life that they live, the cars they drive, the apartments they have at such a young age. I was only 18 or 19 at the time, turning 20, I think. And just seeing this in person, like, yeah, you watch these YouTube videos and you see people drop shipping and doing all this and having this crazy, flashy lifestyle. But when you actually see it in person, there's a different part of your brain that just completely shatters, and you're like, oh my God, like, this is possible. This isn't a scam. These people are actually doing it. So when I started seeing that in person, that's when my mindset, I unlocked a new part of my brain. I was like, holy shit, people are actually living like this. I started to believe it was possible. And then I started taking action. I was like, okay, you know what? This dropshipping thing isn't working. I'm going to move to this agency model, because it's more fitted to my personality. And that's when I started taking action, like watching YouTube, staying up late after work. I would literally go to work in my laboring job. I'd get up at 4 or 5, then I'd go to the gym. I would go straight to my job after that. Then I would finish my job. Then I'd go to the gym again, come back, and I would watch YouTube until I would literally pass out and fall asleep. And I would do the same thing. I did that for a full year. So those are the actions I was taking, but it was only because I had that mindset shift of those people around me. And you need to find people like that in your circle. You need to find people like that in your life that motivate you. You need to get around the right people, because this is the number one thing that's going to help you change your life, is who you hang around with. We all heard that saying, like, oh, if I hang around 5 millionaires, I'm going to be the next. If you hang around 5 losers, you're going to be the next loser. So change your friends. You know, if these people are inviting you out to the club every single weekend, hey, let's catch up, let's go for a beer, let's do this, no, all right? I can't do that. That doesn't align with the person I want to be. You fuck off. I don't want to spend time with you, all right? You need to be strict on yourself like this, because if you don't do this, no one else is going to fucking save you to do it. All right. And I wish someone had told me this, but I was just doing it naturally because I wanted to be like these people. All right. Let's move on. Next slide. So yeah, don't do the same things as everyone else. After hanging around this millionaire and all these like really high successful people that were way out of my league, I decided, okay, if I want to keep being friends with these people, I need to level up. I need to seriously level up. So I started doing completely different things to the old person that I was. All right? Don't do the same things as everyone else. That's how you're going to get the exact same life as everyone else. So you need to do something different. If I go in the gym and I train like everybody else, I can't expect to look like different to everybody else, because I'm doing the exact same shit. It's the same with your life. All right? So what I did was I deleted Snapchat. So if you don't know what Snapchat is, it's an app on your phone. But what you get is usually Snapchat memories. I deleted it, so I couldn't see that anymore. You know, my old lifestyle, the people that I grew up with, their birthdays, things that we were doing when we were growing up with, I completely deleted it. So I wasn't seeing it at all. I was like, I don't want to be associated with this old person. I don't want it in my life, so I don't want to fucking see it at all. So I just deleted Snapchat. At the time, I just got out of a relationship, so this was a blessing in disguise. Like I just wanted to do better. It was like a fire had lit inside me. If you've ever been in like if you ever had your first love before and then you obviously get out of a relationship, you know what I'm talking about. Like you get that fire inside. It was like, oh, I want to do better in my life. Like, fuck. So I just got out of a relationship and I wanted better. So this fueled everything that was where my life was going. All right. Fire had just lit up in my body. And I listened to podcasts on the way to work. I started reading books. I started doing all these different things that these people were recommending to me that I wasn't doing before. And yes, obviously your network environment has a lot to do with it. And I was training my mind to kill my old version. That's literally what I was doing. Talk about the before the money story. So on my way to work, I would constantly listen to podcasts. And one day, this podcast came up on my Spotify. And it was like Dreams to Reality, E-commerce, Entrepreneur, Dacian Sparks Young. And I was like, all right, that's weird. I'll listen to that. So I was driving to work, listening to it. And this guy was speaking about how he was working a laboring job and how he was doing drop shipping and how it sort of taken off. And obviously, I don't do drop shipping right now at all. But the motivation and the mindset that he had in this podcast, it aligned with me. I was like, oh my God, there's people exactly like me that are doing this. You know what I mean? And it lit a fire in me. I would listen to that constantly. 1 time, 2 times, 3. I remember I listened to it for a whole month, every single morning. And it was like, this guy is literally not too far from me. He's from the Gold Coast. He's around the same age as me. And he has had this success online. If he can do it, why can't I? And obviously, this is when I was getting into law of attraction and manifestation and stuff like that as well. And I actually ended up reaching out to him. I reached out to him. This is back in Dace. If you're watching this, I pulled this up and I scrolled all the way up from my DMs. And this is when I started listening to him. So on the 1st of December, 2020 was like when I came across the podcast. And I think this was this is our old DMs. And I sent him a text on Instagram and I said, your podcast is unreal, bro. He said, thank you, my boy. I appreciate it. And I said, proper inspiring hearing you talk about your journey because I'm the same with the laboring job. See you at the top soon. This is 4 years ago, all right? This is 4 years ago. A lot has happened since then, but you could see the mindset that I was in, all right? And this is literally a receipt. And I would listen to his story on the Before the Money podcast, and just hearing about his story, it inspired me. And you need to have things like this that you listen to every single day, because it's going to inspire you to take action in your life. And your environment, like I said in one of the slides, is going to have a really big toll on that as well. And listening to this every single day, reaching out to him, it was crazy. And little did I know, my life was starting to begin to change, and the trajectory was shifted from, this complete loser to the life that I wanted: online money, freedom, life, happiness. And looking back on this now, I was like, what the heck? Now, obviously, we're friends, and obviously we met before in person, and he's giving me tips on some of my business and stuff like that. And then I think it was 2 years later, I ended up going on that podcast, which was just crazy. The podcast that I would listen to every single morning on the way to my job as a laborer. And I fucking hated it. But at the time, I was taking actions in my life to change my life. I changed my environment. I moved out of my hometown. I limited social media. I deleted Snapchat. I started getting into law of attraction and manifestation and all these different things. I was modeling what these successful people were doing. I was watching these YouTube videos at night, how this person got this much money at such a young age, what attributed to his success, what made him become the way that he is now. And if you go to my Instagram, I have this literally documented in the journey highlights. I have documented the whole thing, from me waking up, listening to podcasts, reading books, doing all these different things, because I just wanted a completely different life. I was so motivated. The mindset that I was in, I was like, this is going to work, or I'm probably going to rob a bank by the age of 25. Like, seriously, this is going to work, or I'm probably going to rob a bank by the age of 25. So don't do the same things as everyone else. That's really what I want to do. Get this nailed into everyone watching right now. I wasn't on Snapchat or out every single weekend. Hey, bro, let's catch up for a beer. Let's catch up for a coffee. Nah, I can't, bro. I'm sorry. I need to focus on where I want to go. I can't, bro. I'm sorry. I literally unfollowed everyone that I went to school with. I was just like, besides my close friends and family, I was like, this is what I want, and I can't be viewing these people's stories out at the same club every single weekend in my hometown. I can't do it, man. I can't. I want to be a fucking successful person. I could see a better version of myself already in my mind. He was born. It just had to become reality. I was hanging around these successful people. I was driving in with the cars with them and stuff like that, seeing their apartment, seeing these nice things. And then I was listening to these podcasts, and it just all happened. I don't know what happened, but 2 years later, I started taking action. My life started to change, started my agency, created a successful agency. And then I went out on that podcast that I would listen to every single morning, driving to, man, I'm getting emotional. What the fuck? driving to the job that I hated. Oh, wow. What the hell? Did not expect myself to get emotional, but you just have to. It's going to take a long time, bro, but you're going to have to start taking actions and start doing different things to the life that you have right now as well. And the mindset to have success, the mindset to have for success, you need to train your brain and tell it what you want. Even if you don't realize it, you're always telling your brain something. And this is something that I realized. My mum was always very, very spiritual. I never really understood it until I got older. She would always talk about the law of attraction and manifestation with some of our cultural backgrounds and stuff like that. If you don't know where I'm from Papua New Guinea. I'll do a video on that later as well. But you need to train your brain to tell it what you want, even if you don't realize it. You're telling it something. Oh, I don't want to have this job. I hate my life. You're telling your brain literally that. I hate this life. Let's enjoy it. You know what I mean? Even if it's negative, your brain doesn't understand the difference between that. So what you constantly focus on is what your brain's going to, get you to do and take the actions and belief, and that's going to be your life. So if you're constantly telling your brain how shit your life is, you're going to have a shit life. So you need to feed it with basically positive thoughts every single day. That's why you see people do affirmations. I used to write on my mirror every single fucking day. If you go on my Instagram and have a look at it, like I said, you can see it. All my actions were written out. Online advertising agency. This is how much I'm going to make. I'm happy. I'm grateful. And it was just all happening. I was brushing my teeth in the morning, looking at these affirmations. And even if I wasn't saying it out loud to myself, it was just a reminder to my brain. It was just a reminder to my brain. And I could believe it was possible. Affirmations, visualization, law of attraction. I don't think visualization is spelt right there, but anyway. But yeah. And then I actually ended up getting this tatted on myself. It's already yours, the universe. I actually ended up getting tatted on my body because yeah, it changed my life, man. The law of attraction and manifestation, this mindset that I have. So it was only right when I hit a very, very big goal for myself, um, with the life that I wanted. I went and got this tatted straight away. It's already yours, the universe. And that basically meaning that the life that you want, it's already yours. You just have to go out and take it. You know, a lot of times when you want to have success in your life, you have to start acting like that person right now. All right? You have to start believing like it's already, what I want has already happened. So I need to start acting like this person right now. And man, your life's going to change. If I'm losing you with the spiritual bullshit, it works, man. Like I used to never believe in this stuff, but it changed my complete life. All right. That's why I'm telling you, because I want you to change your life as well. And yeah, unplug yourself right now from your old version of yourself. Don't do the same things as everyone else. All right. Don't do the same things as everyone else. The truth about life is you don't get what you want, but you get what you think you deserve. That is the reality of it. All right. So by me doing all these, you might say, "Oh, it's woo woo," and all this spiritual stuff. I was training myself and my brain to think that I deserve this life. I deserve to not be working for someone else. I deserve to be outside of the 9 to 5. I deserve to have financial freedom. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be in shape. I deserve to be grateful. I was doing all these little things that were planted in my brain. So subconsciously, I was training myself to think that, look, I deserve these things. And I do. I fucking deserve them. When I was exposed to this new life, my brain unlocked a new part. So I basically unlocked a new data set in my head. When I was hanging around these successful people, it shattered my brain. I was like, how do you have this much money to do this? How are you so far out of the normal person's life? All right. And if you are struggling right now and you don't have these people in your life, a lot of it has to do with your environment. I get it if you live with your mom and stuff, but you need to move out. All right. You need to leave the nest. You need to leave your hometown. It's one of the best things that I ever did in my entire life. And you think, if he or she can, why can't I? They breathe oxygen. We bleed blood. If they can do it, why can't I do it? The only thing stopping you is yourself and your belief system. And these are some 2 book recommendations that I would recommend to everyone here. Is Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz and The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. I think I spoke about that in that previous video. I'm not going to go too much into it. Go and purchase those books and read them. And do this right now. Get crystal fucking clear on the life that you want. A lot of people don't actually realize what they want exactly. All right? Where you're living, the partner that you have, the amount of income that you make, what you look like physically, your health, what people think of you. Get crystal fucking clear on it. This is why people make vision boards, because it helps them get clear on it. And you need to focus on you and the end goal for where you are right now and the life that you want. And the rest will just happen. Just trust in the universe that it's going to happen. Even if you don't know how you're going to get here. So let's say your goal is to quit your 9-to-5 job. Just focus on that. Don't focus on what am I going to do to get there, because the universe will just provide something to get you there. I know that sounds very spiritual and very woo-woo, but it happens, man. I'm living proof of it. Seriously. Change your environment. Read The Slight Edge or Reality Transurfing, which is more like a hard-hitting one. I'd probably start off with The Slight Edge first. So summary. To change your life, you need to train your brain. To change your life, you need to train your brain like a muscle. Feed it with the life that you want, not the life that you don't want. Even if you're constantly focused on shit that you don't want, you're still feeding your brain with that. So focus on the things that you want. I want this nice car. I want this job. I want this life. I want this type of partner. Feed that into your brain, not the things that you don't want. Because if you believe it's going to happen or not, either way, you're right. All right? Focus on you and the goal. Be obsessed. Don't be sad. Like, have no shame in saying no to things. All right? Hey, Dylan, let's catch up for a coffee. Nah, bro, I can't. I'm doing this. Hey, Dylan, come to... Nah, bro, I can't. I'm sorry. I need to get here, bro. I can't do that. Be obsessed and don't be ashamed about it. You have to want it, and the law of attraction is real, man. I got it fucking tatted on my body. I hope you guys found some value in this video. If you're looking at joining our club and my network, the link will be down below. All Instagram, Twitter, links, everything down below. If you want to schedule a one-on-one call with me as well, the link will be down below. But yeah, hope you guys crush this year, man, and I hope that inspired and motivated some of you to start taking action as well. I'll see you in the next video. Bah!